Hi, and welcome to Breakfast and Biology. This is day number 30. And I'm still going strong with my different t-shirt every day. This is Minithon 2014? Just impressed. I'm running out.
Wardrobe. It's not fair. Limited wardrobe.
I'm running out. I think I can make it through this week, but I'm not sure if we're going to make it any farther than that. But that's still, we're on shirt number 30. I wish I would have taken a selfie.
Laundry. Doesn't want to do laundry.
Oh, shit. All right. Who's here?
All right. Well, I see Shay. I see Abby, Annie, Maya, Zuli, Aiden, Emily, Alexia, Jocelyn, Haley, Finley, Eli, other Abby, Darius. Did I say Alexia? Darius was here first. He likes to be first here.
There's my lurker.
Ooh, Emma's here. Preston's here.
Hashtag not a lurker anymore.
Yeah, right. Kirsten's here. Carissa's here. Who did I miss? Diana, Annie, Gladys, Erica.
Darius was first today.
I said that. I said he was first today.
Okay. Missing
Cameron's here. Cohen's here.
I see my home base girl, but I'm missing my home base boy.
Dom, I didn't see you. You didn't say anything. If you're not in the chat, I can't see that you're there.
We should just assume that. Yeah, he is. He's like the fourth one up there.
Why didn't I see that? Oh, I'm sorry. I read through all. I saw the D's. I'm sorry. My bad. My bad.
All right. It's Radika. All right. So we've been talking. We had a plan for today, and we just totally scrapped our plan because one of you reached out to us. Well, one of you reached out to me last night and said, hey, is this cell cycle notes thing due tomorrow? I'm having trouble with it. And then they asked me if we're going to go over it. And I thought, you know what? That's a really good idea. So why don't we take today? We're going to go over the cell cycle notes. And I know how many Mrs. Smith had turned in. I know how many I have turned in. So I know a lot of you could really benefit from this.
And some of you need help on things, even if you did turn it in.
So let's take today. We're going to go over that. Which gives you absolutely no reason to not turn it in and not turn it in correctly. And then tomorrow we'll get into mitosis more. So today we're going to focus on the cell cycle. And if I click this button right here, there are the cell cycle notes. And we're just going to go down through it. And that's going to be today. And then you won't have anything extra that you have to do for today. There will be something you have to do for tomorrow, and we'll try and keep it short. But some of you have plenty of stuff you could do. Still need to be turning some stuff in.
Word.
All right. Good. Shay just said they need it. Yeah. Good. Here we go. First question on the sheet is, what are the two major phases of the cell cycle? So in the chat, can you tell us what the two major phases of the cell cycle are? If we're going to divide it up into two different major things, what would they be? Drum roll.
Eli.
Yeah. What are the two?
And so I did take, some people wrote interphase and mitosis, and they did write that down. And to be honest, I would have taken that. But cell division is a little bit more correct, just because cell division includes cytokinesis, where mitosis does not. So I'm good with interphase and mitosis. That's fine.
Yeah, we take that, but cell division is better. It's more spectacular. All right, so what are the three phases of interphase? What happens in each phase? So somebody give me, in the chat, give me the first phase and what happens. So right now, just first phase, what happens? Of interphase. So interphase can be broken into three different sections. What's the first phase and what happens? All right, Annie, you got all three phases. Maya, you got all three phases. Let's just do the first. So obviously the first one, according to what they're putting in there, is G1. G for good, and cell growth. Good. And I think I could put that. I think I could type over here G1, and then for what happens, we would be happy with cell growth. All right, next phase is the S phase. What happens in the S phase?
This is really hard to do letters on my screen. S.
And we got to deal with that little bit of a lag, but at least it's not Kahoot.
So they're saying DNA replication, which is correct. If you think this is the way I remember it, S is for synthesis. You know, synthesis is to make, to put together, et cetera, et cetera. So when you think about synthesis for the S phase, then yes, we're talking about DNA replication.
Probably the hardest one, G2. What's happening there?
Preparation for mitosis. Good. A little bit more growth and prepping for mitosis. Want to get fancy and say, you know, checking the DNA? Sure. But yes, more growth. So like growth 1, synthesis, growth 2. G1, S, G2.
All right, question 3. During which phase are duplicate copies of chromosomes made? Oh.
Some people put mitosis. That turned it into me. Mitosis is not correct.
No. I would say it's not, because in order to do mitosis, you would have to already have duplicated the chromosomes. And duplicating the chromosomes is really just replication. And look at this. Oh, they're all putting S. Good.
Yay!
We know from the DNA unit that chromosomes, which are made of DNA, big hint here, they're made of DNA. So what do we know from the DNA unit about DNA? And when we copy DNA, that is a process called...
And Darius, yes, you were first. DNA copied through. Eli, replication. Thank you. Some of you, again, were putting mitosis or something else, or putting synthesis. It says from the DNA unit. That means think about what we just did. DNA replication.
All right, what happens to cells during the mitosis phase? So what happens to the cell during mitosis? Let's see some new names. I want to see some new names. I mean, I like all the names that I'm seeing. Thank you, Gladys and Jeffy Jeff and Zulika and Darius and Emily and Eli and Haley and Anna and Maya and Zulika. Appreciate it. The genetic information is separated. You know what, Annie? That is a really good answer. I'm going to write that. I'm going to use her answer.
Woo!
Because if you had said... Because I'm not as picky as Mrs. Smith. If you had said if you had said the cells reproduce, I probably would have been like, hey, great. But mitosis does not include cytokinesis, which is when the cells split. So just separating the genetic information is a much better answer, and I'm very proud of you guys all for that.
Yes, but if you said like Eli did, that the cell splits into 2 equal copies, I'm good with that. Bada bing, bada bing.
Oh, wow. She's getting soft as she's been socially isolated. All right.
Yeah.
You want to do well? I guess since I have the mouse, right?
You have the mouse.
On this diagram, we just wanted you to double click on it, and when you double click on it, it brings it up here. And it was just a matter of, can we put these things in the right area? And I would always start here with the piece of the pie that's cut out, that's separate from everything else, and drag good old mitosis over there and put it in. So then we see interphase, and I think this is what's confusing people. It's not that the concept is hard, it's the diagram is hard. But this is the diagram that everybody uses for this. So that interphase is these 3 sections, and we break those 3 sections up. And you guys told us earlier that the first section was the G1. I like how you put these in order, Mrs. Smith. That makes it easier. Oh, no, you didn't. And then the S phase, right? The S phase comes in the middle, and then the G2. And so this is looking at that idea kind of just globally, right? What are the basic things? And then in the next picture, when you scroll down a little bit, that's where it really kind of breaks it down a little bit. So I'm going to shorten this time up just a little bit by going, well, we just labeled A as interphase.
Mm-hmm.
and we just labeled B as G1, and we just labeled C as S, and we just labeled D as G2, what's E?
What?
I might have to sneeze.
Oh. So when you get to the next part, I had some people here that started putting in like mitosis for E, F, G, H, and I. We wanted you to actually, that's why we took the time to quick go through the different parts of mitosis and to think about the order. So E would be, and I see Haley, Aiden, Annie, Maya all have prophase. Thank you.
Good.
Okay.
What comes after prophase?
Haley's got metaphase.
Metaphase. Good. What comes after metaphase? So what would G be?
Aiden's got anaphase.
Thank you, Aiden.
And then H would be Annie's got telophase or telophase, depending upon how you want to say it.
And if you look at how I'm filling out the answer key, right, I made those letters really big, and we could come back up here and do that for interphase too. And so there is actually something really nice about the way we did this that we didn't plan, but it's just a side effect. Notice there's a gap between interphase and this on the thing, because interphase is not part of mitosis.
Right.
But we still can use that IP-MAT, or however you want to say it, that mnemonic. All that is a mnemonic device. It's something to help you remember it. So what I would say to you, if we were giving you a quiz on mitosis, or if you were taking a test on mitosis, or if you all of a sudden found yourself in a deep conversation with your parents tonight at the dinner table and you had to come up with the different phases of mitosis, you would just write out the word IP-MAT, and that would help you remember. Right? All right.
Now, when you get down to I, and I is looking at that picture that is only E through H. So be careful, because I think Haley tried to jump the gun here, but realize that it's only E through H. So what is the correct term to put in for I?
This itty little bitty piece right here. The P-MAT part of the equation.
Mm-hmm.
Just the P-MAT.
Wonderful. Mitosis. Mitosis.
Oh my. Mitosis. Thank you, Maya, Gladys,
Radhika,
Emily, Jeff, Annie. You all right? It's mitosis.
So then the very last part, after mitosis, after we have split the genetic information, now we've got to split the cell and the cytoplasm. So the cytoplasmic division is, thank you, cytokinesis. Wonderful.
All right. Yeah. Sweet.
So if we
that just took us 14 minutes to welcome you, introduce you, talk, joke around, ask questions, wait for answers. So again, when we hand you one of these assignments, we go, "Hi guys, we'll take you 7 or 8 minutes." We really are thinking that's what it should take you.
Yeah.
Of course, we don't want you struggling, and so thank you to the people that did reach out to us and say, "Hey, look, I have a question." You know, one way you can ask questions if you're working on a Google Doc, and I don't know if you've thought about this or not, but one way you could ask a question is you could highlight this and go, "Man, I'm really struggling with this part," and you could say,
"Help."
I could say, plus, put a plus there, Lisa Smith.
That's me.
I need help with this. And hit comment, and she will get an email telling her that I need help with that. Just so you know. Who keeps disliking and liking the live stream? Who cares? All right. But thanks for asking, Cameron. I think, is that it, Mrs. Smith?
Yeah. So you got to finish this up if you didn't share it with me. Those of you that might have shared it with me but need to go make a couple corrections, I kind of stopped grading them because I was sending back so many comments about the same thing. So I'll go back and probably do that this afternoon and look at that. So if you need to fix something, you can just fix it. And then I'll go back through and start grading them again and putting some stuff in.
Don't forget about the test. Once you get done with the test, we have to grade your essay questions. So there is a little pause. Once we grade the essay questions, and it takes an hour for it to go into Moodle. I feel like there's a lot of people that haven't gone back and done the quizzes yet. I feel like there's a lot of people that still have like, hey, I have everything done, but they have like a 0 for the biotech handout or a 0 for the translation notes. You know, if there's a 0 in there, we don't have it. Or we missed it. So you need to go make sure you shared it with us. Maybe send us a little email, tell us that you share, you know. And when you share, you can put a comment there like, this is a 0 in the grade book. Could you double check it? That kind of stuff. Make sure you get those grades taken care of. Those are your responsibility. We're trying our best to search. I do go and look for things, even though I shouldn't. I know Mrs. Smith does too. But we would really like you to make it your responsibility to make sure that you get those grades taken care of. Thursday, we have to turn our grades in. So Thursday is in 2 days. So Thursday morning, I'm going to get up before the live stream. I'm going to grade anything in my email, and then I'm going to go through all my classes and submit my grades. I believe you're going to get a U, an S, or an O on your report card. I believe an O is a 92 and above.
I think they said a 90. I think they left it in an A, but either way.
Mrs. House said 92 the other day, which I thought was weird, but you might be right. So an O is an A, apparently. A S is like a 65 and above, and a U is anything under 65 that you'll see on your report cards or your midterm progress reports. So please get that stuff taken care of before midterms. Please encourage your friends that aren't doing anything yet to start doing something. Please. You could be taking bio marking period 3 and 4 with me or Mrs. Smith next year. The question is, Mrs. Smith, they don't have to take the Keystone right now.
Right. So if they have to come back.
And we don't know if they're going to have to take it in the future. That's a problem. But what happens if somebody does nothing for third and fourth marking period this year, and then we allow them to take bio third and fourth marking period next year in school?
Right.
And they have to take the Keystone since they're doing it next year?
Well, and the Keystone is, you know what I mean, December or January. So, like, I would think, like.
So they could come back, make up what they didn't do this time. The easy stuff that we're kind of watering down and making easy and trying really hard to help them with.
I just wish people would do stuff.
Yeah, me too. All right, we miss you. We love you. Wash your hands. Stay safe. Eat your cauliflower.
Ew.